Hey folks, it's Chad here with Airstream of Greensboro, a Blue Compass company. I've got the all-new 2026 Interstate 24 GL right here behind me. Look at that new grille. It looks incredible. Let's jump into a walk around of what makes this thing awesome now. As I get started, I just want to say, first of all, this will be a little bit quicker of a video. I'll do a longer video later, but I don't have a ton of time to capture this one because this is about to go to a new home. There's an owner, a future owner on their way right now to take this one home. We've got it all set up with a blue carpet. This is the treatment that you get when you buy from Airstream of Greensboro. Now remember, we have 14 Airstream stores all across the nation. So if you're in the market for an Airstream, be sure to give me a call. My contact information is right down there in the description, and I can work with all 14 stores. You don't necessarily have to come all the way to Greensboro, North Carolina to get the best deal from Chad. You can work with me and work with one of those other stores as well. So new for 2026, a new front grille, and I do believe that at least starting out, Airstream is going to have this exclusively. It looks fantastic. It looks like a Mercedes now. We also now have Airstream going across the top of that grille area there, and I think it looks fantastic. This is going to have the larger Mercedes emblem in it as well. Of course, we have turn signal cameras. We have a new backup camera. We have triple nickel aluminum wheels from Mercedes, and they look phenomenal as well. Now this will have the new twin turbocharged 4-cylinder from Mercedes in it with a new transmission as well. Now that engine is going to have a little bit more torque. It's also going to have a little bit more horsepower. It definitely has more low-end torque than what we are used to seeing. Now one of the things that Airstream does is they add these ground effects going all the way around the vehicle. You have a power step that comes out. You can see the turn signal camera integrated into the mirror. You'll also have one on the driver's side. Now that is going to be a power door that opens up. I'll show you that here in a second when we go inside. We do have a power drawer awning going across with both lights on the camper itself shining this way, and then you also have LED lights on the awning itself shining the opposite direction, and you have ground effect lights going below the bottom there, which is super nice as well. Now new for 2026 is going to be this RJ45 port outside to give you the ability to easily connect a standard Starlink router and dishy to the system and not necessarily have to run any extra cables in. We do have power right there. You also have solar as well. Now, a new standard feature for the Airstream Interstate for 2026 is that there's no more propane, no onboard propane at all. You now have an advanced power system that is standard on all Interstates. It's going to come with 3 GC3 batteries. It's a little bit over 10,000 watts. You have the option to do the Advanced Power Plus, which will give you 2 more GC3 Battleborn batteries, so a total of 5, and over 17,000 kilowatts of power, which is over 1,300 amp hours. Let me show you real quick underneath where 3 of those batteries are going to be installed. You can see it right there. So there's 3 GC3s in that box, custom box from Airstream, and then the other 2 are going to be inside, and that's an option on the 24-foot. On the 19, it's a dealer installed option. We can't order it from the factory that way. We've got the backup cameras right there. Let's see, you do have a hitch there that can tow 5,000 pounds. That is hidden, so if you don't need it, it can be not visible. We do have the smart plug, another solar connection right there. That's going to be the exhaust for your Trima Combi diesel-fired water heater and furnace. We also get standard the air ride suspension. I can't really show that to you, but there's air ride suspension down there. That is going to be something standard, and Airstream is really one of the few manufacturers that does that standard. But you get that air ride. They take all of the suspension off once they get it at the Airstream factory, and then they put on the V&B, I think is who it is, air ride suspension. We also are going to have the macerator pump. That's on a powered reel, so that will power its way back in. You've got your controls for the macerator pump are right here. We also have an outside shower, and I like this style handle there much better than the kind of old school outside showers that we're used to seeing. And then you're going to see your city inlet here. Now this has got a couple of options, so depending on what you need to do, this valve will change and be tank fill, city fixtures, dry camping, and winterization there on the bottom. And of course that's got a door that is painted to match. We have, as we've had for a while, the integrated diesel fill right there, and then you can shut that. Once you lock the doors, that's going to be locked as well. And let me bring it around to the front. I think that's everything to show you on the outside. I'm telling you, that new grill looks so good. Let's pop inside and take a look at the inside now. Okay, we are moving inside. As I mentioned, you do have the power door on this Mercedes. Now, with Mercedes, if you didn't know this could be a delivery truck, and or it could be a touring coach, and it all depends on how we order the vehicle. And that kind of depends on what options you're going to get. Now, Mercedes has like 200 options, and when Airstream orders the Mercedes chassis, they check every box. So one of the things that you can be rest assured of when you buy an Airstream is you're going to get every option that's available from Mercedes. It's not a situation where, depending on when it was manufactured, are you going to get that particular option. If it's an Airstream and it's on a Mercedes chassis, you are going to get every option. Now this is the GL. It's a 24 GL. What that stands for is Grand Lounge. So we're going to get 2 more captain's chairs here in the front. Now your kitchenette area, that's going to change a little bit from the GT. Let me spin you around so you can see this kind of front area. The air conditioner is on, so you may hear that a little bit on the mic. All 4 of these captain's chairs can turn and rotate to the middle. These all rotate, and there's a place for a table right there, so you can have a really nice spot if you want to be able to entertain. If you have travelers, the TV also comes down, gives you the ability to watch TV, play video games, that kind of stuff while you're traveling as well. And then right up here, we're going to have our power station, which also gives you HDMI connections to your TV right there, so you can easily put a PlayStation or something in there. We also have power right here that is on the inverter, even a subwoofer control right there. Now, one of the things that is new for the 26 model year, we now have a power control system that is going to manage your power and your loads. It will automatically detect whether or not you have the inverter on. And then we also have the inverter control. So Airstream chose to go with the Xantrex 3000 watt inverter instead of like a Victron system with a multi-plus similar to the Tradewinds. Now, what I will say is this. I probably would prefer the Victron, but I will say this is very simple. It is way simpler, if that's a word or a phrase, than the Victron system. Victron system is nice, and the geeks out there like myself love it, but from an ease of use, this is way easier to use. So this is going to control your inverter. There is an app that will connect to this. I'll show you what the app looks like in a second, that it lets you see kind of what it's doing. You also now have a smart shunt from Victron that's connected to your power system, which is back here, as well as a Victron MPPT solar charge controller that also has Bluetooth, so you can see what's happening with your state of charge, your amp draw or charge, all that kind of stuff through the Victron smart shunt, and you can see what the solar is doing through the Victron Connect app, and you can see what the Xantrex is doing through the Xantrex app. Now, here's the key. If you want to turn the inverter on, all you do is press this button. If you want to turn the inverter off, all you do is press this button. That's it. The rest of the system is going to pretty much do whatever it needs to do, and you don't need to think about it. If it needs to charge the battery, it's going to charge the battery. Right now, it looks like it's doing a float charge, so it's just kind of keeping it topped off. The battery's at 14.4 volts. You can see everything that you need to see simply on this very simple display right here. You can turn everything on and off. Right there, it's just one button. I like that about it. It's very simple. And then you've got your Firefly. This has the latest Firefly software on it. It also now has the mobile app, which surprisingly took Airstream longer than it should have to get the mobile app, but it does have the mobile app now, so you can download the Firefly app and you can control pretty much everything that's controlled here. We're going to be able to turn lights on and off. The cinema mode kind of dims the lights. You can run your on in and out. You can run the rear bug screen down right there. There is a bug screen. You also turn your tank heaters on, your water pump on, and you have all your individual lights here that you can turn on. You've got your air conditioning, which it is turned on. We just turned it on a little bit ago. And then you've got your fan that you can open and close. You've got all of your blinds here. This does have all powered blinds, so you can easily power your blinds down. There we go. Let me get that out of the way. So even the rear door has a powered blind that will go down. All of your windows here are powered. Even the door is powered. Now, there isn't anything powered from the front. There are some shades that go up here, magnet shades that connect there, and a shade going across that front window. And then once you wake up in the morning, if you want to open all of your blinds, you just hit the all up and all your blinds are going to go up. But you can also do individual blinds if you want to here, right there. So you can do the individual one if it's just one that you need to put up for sun, something like that. One of the things I like about the power control system, once I've messed with this a little bit, when you click on the inverter and you're not plugged into shore power, it automatically switches this to the inverter and limits it to 25 amps. So you're able to pull 25 amps out of your power, your your Xantrex power system. Now let me say this. I mentioned this on the outside part of this walk. You have standard 3000 or standard 3 GC3 battle-borne batteries with the built-in tank heater, and that controller is right there. You can turn the tank heater on and off right here. You have the option from the factory on the 24 foot only, so 24 GL and GT, to add the Advanced Plus, which will give you 2 more battle-borne GC3 batteries. Those are going to be installed inside. The other 3 are installed outside. And that's going to be, if you do the Plus, over 17,000. I think it's 17,000, either 300 watts or 17,200 watts. If you do just the 3 GC3s, then you're 10,000, either 200 or 300 watts. I can't remember exactly, but it's 810 amp hours on the 3, which is standard, or you can do the optional 1300 amp hours. That's an crazy amount of energy that gives you the ability to really go anywhere you want to. There's also a new inverter system on this, not inverter, alternator system from Zeus, and it's a marine grade system. It will actually charge these batteries at idle. So if you're just idling, you can actually put quite a bit. I think I saw it putting in 80 plus amps into the batteries. I think it's a 130 amp charger that you're getting off of that system, or it's 130 amp on the Xantrex. This is all new, so I'm still kind of learning everything, but this is all on the website. I'm also going to put in the first comment all of the specs and everything about this particular unit. So if you're wondering, like MSRP, tank sizes, power system, all that kind of stuff, it will be down in that first comment. But that alternator and that Zeus charger will allow you to charge those batteries as you're driving down the road or sitting at idle, which is huge, I think, for the system. Now, it's not recommended to idle diesel engines anymore, just simply because of like the emissions systems and DEF and all that kind of stuff. That can cause buildup, and so for the most part, you want to drive a diesel and not let it sit in idle. But you have that ability, so I like that. So a new system. That also means that we now have an induction cooktop inside. Now, one of the things I have noticed, I'm going to see if this is the same. Yep, it's the same. So these don't pull out. On the Range Line and on the Basecamp XE, you can actually take this induction cooktop out and take it outside. That is something I wish Airstream did on the Interstates as well, but currently they do not do that. We do have a sink here. It's a undermounted stainless steel sink. We also have a little cutting board that will cover that up. This is going to be one of your Laguna tables that can probably go back here and connect to the, or it goes right there. So it's going to go in that spot right there. You also have one, as I mentioned, right here in the middle. This is the carpeting that you get with this setup, so you have a nice carpet to cover your floor and kind of keep that nice. Now in the kitchen area, you're going to have a little pull open here for your sponges. We have a small pull out drawer right there. We have another pull out with your silverware organizer. This is also going to have a little bit of a smaller refrigerator with a small freezer right there, kind of your dorm room size refrigerator. But as a people mover, that's going to do just fine and have all of your drinks and everything nice and cold. That is 12 volts, so it will run as you're going down the road. We also have a nice microwave here that is power. The door will come out on its own. Make sure you do use that power, because you could potentially cause an issue with this drawer system. But new microwave, I really like it. It's very nice. And then another pull out here, a little bit deeper storage area. And I think another one right here. Yep, there's another one. So lots of storage in a small kitchen. Plus, up above, we're gonna have all of these storage compartments. I mean, look at all. This is so much storage for a 24-foot motorhome. I'm not even done. I've got 2 more to open on this side. So we've got, starting at the second one up there, coming all the way down, all of these are storage lockers. And then coming to the other side, we've got even more additional storage lockers. And that's not all. Shut this one and shut that one. And I have a super huge opening here. Now, if you're wondering where that plug for the Starlink comes in at, it's going to be right here in this back area. So you've got the other end of the RJ45. You also have a plug that's on the inverter. Now, this is a 3,000 watt whole house inverter, so all of your plugs work. But I just want to make sure that you know that that's got the inverter there. And then over on this side, there should be a cable, something right there, that has to do with your Starlink, your LTE. So this has a new, it's supposed to be new, but this is going to be pre-wired for your 4G Airstream connected system. You already have power right here, and you've got 2 LTE, 2 Wi-Fi, and a GPS going up to the roof. So this will be 4G pre-wired for your PEP links or the Airstream connected system. That's all right there, ready to go. But look how deep and massive this storage area is. I mean, it's huge. I can't even reach to the back. I need to step on the sofa, which I'm not going to do that. But there's where the Starlink comes in, so you easily put that there. And if you wanted to do a system where you had like PepLink and you had the Starlink plugged into the PepLink, you could easily do that with this setup. That's something I do like about the 24. Now coming down, we're going to have our sofa area here. That does fold down to make it to a bed. I'm going to do that in another video. I'm not going to do that this one. And this one, since this is ready to go for the new customer. We do have cup holders. We have power right there, and then more cup holders on this side. As I mentioned, this does have the oh, actually, okay, I was a little bit wrong on this. I thought this had the Trimma Combi. This actually has the Timberline system that is diesel fire. So your hot water is going to be controlled right here. So you just turn heater on. Heater is going to be diesel, and then element's going to be electric. And then your furnace control is down here. You click one of those on, and that would turn on your furnace, and then you set your temperatures right there. So fairly easy system to use, and that's diesel fire. And then you have another control touch screen right here, so you can control everything from the bedroom area. We have the TV there that you can see that does have a pull out there. Now these cushions here, these seats are not for driving. So when the vehicle's in motion, there's no seat belts on either one of these, but you could easily sit here if you wanted to have a few extra people and hang out inside your motorhome. And then of course you've got 3 seat belts going across this sofa. It's really a 2, 4, 6, 7 seater. So it's a 7-seater. You've got these 2 windows that will open right there, and then on this side you have 2 more windows that will open. You have good, I would say good like visibility. You get the camera turned around. You can even see that screen up front, and then all of these windows give you good views. We do have shadow boxes that hide those blinds, which is, you know, what it is. It's like some USB charging right here, type A and type C. That is going to be powered off the 12-volt system directly. Now let me open the bathroom and give you some views of the bathroom. So it is a wet bath, and that's kind of a standard thing that we see on touring coaches. We have the commode there. Let me shut that. And that is going to be a plastic commode. We do have a furnace inlet there, so you do get heat into your shower. It does have a sink right there, and then of course we have a mirror. Now your shower nozzle is also going to double as your sink, so that will pull up and go right there, like so. And then I'll step in here. Floor is clean. I took my shoes off because this is definitely about to go to a new home. But there's plenty of room in here to take a shower. I can fit in here just fine. As far as sitting down, this is actually one of the more roomy bathroom areas. It's a little bit more roomy as far as Airstream goes. Of course, like a diesel motorhome is going to have more room, but that is sufficient. It does what it needs to do. Let me flip you back around. We do have power right there for your kitchen area. Oh, let's go up to the cockpit. So, mention a couple of things up here. We do have a new steering wheel for 2026. Different buttons here. It also looks quite a bit nicer. I think it's improved. It is also now heated. The switch for that is going to be down here, right around there. And I have since learned, since I posted my first video, which was on the Interstate 19, that that's just pretty much how Mercedes does it. I did not know that. I think that switch location is a little bit odd. We do have heated seats as well. They are powered. Those controls are going to be on the door right there. And we have 3 memory seat positions as well. In the center cluster, you are going to have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It is an upgraded center console or infotainment as well. It's quite a bit more sensitive, like the touch sensitivity it's definitely elevated. Let me see if I can get just the I don't want to crank it. Let's see, yep, there we go. So you can see the screen coming on. You also have a really nice center cluster screen that will give you quite a bit of information. Let me turn the sound off. Don't want YouTube to hit me with copyright. You go home, and then it does come with a protective sticker on here that I think you can take off. I don't think that's like scratch protected or anything like that. On your buttons here, this right side here is going to control your center cluster. So the top is going to let you move around on your touch screen and actually click things. So if I want to open navigation, you can go to navigation and then click down into open navigation. You can also go home from there, which is nice. You've got volume control here in the middle. It's all touch sensitive, but it's still a big button. It's really nice. And then you've got, this is apparently very easy to take a fingerprint. Just something to note. Back button there. We also have phone call, hang up a call. There's a home button. And then that's going to activate Siri or Android Auto, whatever that's called, if you have those things. And then on this side, we'll have our cruise control. This does have all your safety things. So adaptive cruise control, collision avoidance. You have blind spot monitor. That is going to be right there in the screen. So you can set your cruise control. You can set the distance that you follow, and then increase or decrease your speed. Cancel that, resume. And then this is top section is going to control your center cluster right there. There's a home button that you can hit. You can see driver assistance. You can go like to trip, and it will give you trip information, speed. You know, there's all kinds of different things that you can do and see there in the center cluster. I like it. And you have the flappy paddles there. You've got your drive thing here. Down is going to be drive, up is going to be reverse, and then park is the button on the end. And then you've got your turn signal and all of your windshield wipers right there. Here in the center, we're going to have a automatic climate control everything there. We also have a heated windshield, which is quite nice, little squiggly lines going down. And then, as I mentioned, this touchscreen is very, very reactive. I mean, just look how fast it moves when you're touching it. So I quite like that as well. Volume control right here in the middle. You also have physical buttons for a lot of your features, so you can go right to your cameras by hitting that button when you're in drive. Telephone's right here. Maps and navigation, radio, and then your home. All of that's right there. I do like that as well. Very nice setup. Your connections for Apple CarPlay, that's all going to be in the center storage area. You also have a storage area there and one on that side as well. Storage in the door. There's a little pocket right here. Lots of cup holders. What else? Oh, and there's storage up here. I didn't mention that, but storage there and right here. And then you do have a second radio that is your camping radio, because when you have the dash, the engine turned off, this radio is off as well. So Airstream does give you a little fusion radio to be able to play your tunes. Has Bluetooth. There's even a USB on this side, so you can plug in a USB device and play off of that as well. So kind of a nice setup. You also have a backup camera as your rear view mirror, so you always can see behind you, even though you've got a van behind you. So this is the new 2026 Airstream Interstate 24 GL with the new advanced power system on it. It's a massive upgrade for Airstream. The E1 package is now gone. We have this new, much simpler power system that is now standard, along with a lot of other things as well. with the Interstate 24GL. I'll put all the specs down in that first comment. Again, if you're in the market for an Airstream touring coach, be sure to give me a call. I'll give you the best pricing, the best customer service possible. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out as well. Hope you guys delivered over. We'll see you down the road. Thanks. Bye.